Hey there, my fellow project managers. You made it. Welcome to the group. Now, this group has been in existence for a while, but it's taken me going to a year to get you guys here. So I'm glad you could join. Those of you who just joined yesterday, thank you for joining. The purpose of this group is really to keep you engaged, folks. The purpose of this group is to keep you in that proverbial zone so that I can get to you as soon as I need to, whenever I need to inform you about pressing meetings and to add some value to your PMP exam prep. So I want to give a shout out to some of my bosses who are in this group, some of my bosses who have been on this journey for a while. So let me shout out to Charmaine, one of my bosses, Mr. Vinod, who has stepped up to the plate, just like Charmaine, and delivered goods. Dustin, another boss who has stepped up to the plate. Heather, Smita, those are all bosses of mine. Camille, thank you very much for still being in the group, folks, because you guys are bosses. Mr. Jude Nelson, Irene, oh my goodness, we got so many serious bosses on this group. Mr. Chris Clark, what can I say? We just spoke to Chris a few weeks back. He a boss. He dropped some major gold on that call. So I want to give a shout out to those folks. Thank you very much for helping keep faith alive, because your stories and your quest to want to go higher, do more, be more, seriously, it's very inspiring. When I think about you guys, I know why I'm still doing what I'm doing. All right, so thank you very much. Our new folks who have joined the group very recently, Mohanad, Fabian, Krish, Aya, thank you for joining. Mel, hey, Mel. Mel. Oh dear, Mel, you owe me. This is Mark, I believe it is. Dira, Greg. Anytime I growl a name, it means it means I need some payback. Greg. Jennifer, good to see you. Jennifer, there are two Jennifers in this group. Jennifer N, Maribel on the journey, Curtis, Shri. You guys, you don't know what you're in for joining this group. I tell you, I got my remote. I can press my remote and find you anywhere. Shri, Greg, all you guys, I got my remote now. I'm coming for you. Oh, Kenya, my good friend. I'm glad you're in this group. Let's do this thing. Delita, you are a PMP boss to be made. So let's do this thing. Payback. Payback. Hey, Sophia, I'm coming for my money. I'm coming for my payment in PMP. Hey, I got my own. Emily, how could I forget Emily? Emily's hiding right there at the bottom. Emily is one of my major bosses because she stepped up to the plate, did what she needed to do, held herself accountable by coming on my coaching program and kill the exam. And she's actually spoken to clients of mine. So I want to welcome everyone, those who I was not able to mention because I don't see them on the screen, and those who I did, everyone. Thank you for joining the group. Those of you who are PMPs, okay, drop some gold every now and again. Please drop some gold, just a few sprinkles. You know, give a shout out to people. Let them know what you did. Give them some ideas. Give them some traction for action, okay? Help them. That's what I'm asking you to do. Drop some gold anytime. This is not one of those groups that's full of bots and spammers, okay? This is a legit group made up of people that are really on the learning management system. So I want you guys to begin to ask questions, get some, PMP exam traction going. And anytime you need help, just shout. You don't even need to wait for the touch points on YouTube, because you guys are my elite PMPs to be and PMPs. So I need you to help this group, create some traction for action. All right. So big shout outs to all of you who joined. I really appreciate it. And I wanted to give you some inspiration as far as your PMP exam journey is concerned. Don't let a day go by, okay, without focusing on some PMBOK guide related stuff. It's very important. I'll show you a simple formula, very, very simple formula to keep hope alive here. Okay, we need to keep hope alive, and we need to keep you guys moving in the right direction. It's very simple, very, very simple. Watch this. This is what I hope you guys will do daily. Daily. It's a very simple principle. A knowledge area a day. And when I say a knowledge area a day, what I'm asking you to do is to read any section from a knowledge area to cover anything that is not clear to you. It could be an input, it could be the process itself, it could be an output, or it could just be the finesse of a tool and technique. That is all I ask. Now, ideally, I want you to cover the whole knowledge area in a day. Every day, just switch. Oh, I'm not done with integration. Switch to scope the next day. Just keep on going until all the information begins to come together. Because if you say, oh, I'm not done with integration, continue the next day, you won't be propelled to finish it. Finish it that day to the economies of scale you can, at a high level, and then move to the next one, the next day, and then move to the next one. So for me, if I have 3 hours in a day or 4 hours in a day, I can conveniently cover a lot of a knowledge area. Now, while I may not get into the specifics, the tools and techniques, down to the barrel, I can still do a very good job in covering the knowledge area. For example, last night I was just listening to the audio digest, and I was able to sufficiently cover what I needed to in integration to prepare for my class today. We just had a class. Maribel was in the class for a little bit, and who else was in the class? Jan was in the class, So I was able to review what I needed for that knowledge area. I didn't have to study for 2 hours to do it. I spent about an hour, and I was able to sufficiently cover integration. So if you have 2 hours in a day, just split it. See, 2 hours, 120 minutes. Why don't you just split it across, let's say you're doing communications. That is going to be plan, manage, monitor. That's a lot of time, folks. So if I were you, I would do a knowledge area a day. A knowledge area a day keeps the PMP blues away. That's what I tell people. A knowledge area a day. Hit it out any way you can. 1 hour, 2 hours, 30 minutes, 10 minutes for each area. Just open up that page where you've got the inputs, tools, techniques, outputs. And just go through it and say, okay, this. What don't I understand here very well? That. You're not going to tell me that you don't know project charter, project management plan, EEFs and OPAs. That's ad nauseum. You know that all day long. And those are your major inputs. So don't waste time reading what you know in the inputs. Hit the tools and techniques. Expert judgment, Data analysis depends on which data analysis. So go into the details, find out which one don't I know among this list. Hit that hard. Move on to the next one. Data representation. What don't I know here? Hit that one hard. Move on. You see, A lot of people going in a revolving door, reading what they already know. No, 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 leave that stuff alone. You know it, you've read it. Go to the stuff you don't know. The crazy data analysis tools and techniques. That's what I need you guys to be hitting, you see. So my suggestion to you is a knowledge area day, finish it that same day, move on. If there's stuff that you didn't cover, leave it in economies of scale, come back to it the next week. You see, some people may even aggressively do 2 knowledge areas a day. That's fine if you can manage it. You see, the thing is, you already have some degree of understanding about the processes, about the 49. You just need to go to the next level. So you might go to the next level this week, then the following week, go to the next level, but covering everything in a uniform fashion. You see what I'm saying? So let's say this is week 1. Week 1, you're at this level. So this is the ground level. This is where the grass grows. You're at this level on week 1. Okay. Week 2 comes. What are you going to do? You're going to go to the next level, the lower level. This week 1, this is week 2. Week 2, you're now at this level. This is week 3. Week 3, you're covering the same knowledge area, but you're going deeper. The problem with a lot of folks, they want to be here. They want to be right here on day 1. No, you can't be there on day 1. You can't be there on day 1, you know? And then we talk about people who get to a week 5 type of level where they are really, really deep. They are so deep down in the PMBOK guide, they are almost ready to kill this thing. You need to go from where you are. Some people have been here for ages. Some people have been here for forever. You need to go from here down, get to the 5th level of understanding. You see, a basic level of understanding could be, oh, I can define a process. The next level of understanding could be, oh, I know what I get out of this process. Next level of understanding is, I know what I use to get this process done. Next level of understanding is, I know what I use and how my inputs tie back to a tool and technique and how that directly gives me some of the outputs I get. And then the next level is any tool and technique that is mathematical, that is a little bit difficult, you're able to manipulate. That is what I'm talking about. So don't try to get down to the 5th level when you have not gone through the ranks. You got to go through the ranks. You got to let it permeate. You got to let it sink in. And then if you realize you're not growing, I was on level 1 last week, I'm still on level 1, then you need to ask yourself, what's going on? Maybe you've got one of these. Maybe you've got one of these barriers that stops you from going further down into the weeds, into the detail. Well, if you've got one of those barriers, that's what this group is for. If you hit a brick wall and you're like, Phil, I cannot go beyond this level. Okay, what is the problem? Tell me. What don't you understand? That's what this group is for, okay? So thank you very much for joining. I really appreciate you being here. And I look forward to us working together. Okay, let's work together to get this show on the road, to get you PMP certified, and to make it a happier project management journey for you. Because let's be honest, a lot of folks, they are trying to get this done, but they're doing it in isolation and it's not a good experience, okay? So use the group, and I look forward to seeing you and talking to you a little bit more, all right? Take care now. I'm gonna hop off my soapbox. It's been nice talking to you. Bye for now.